This is the Turboant X7 Pro electric scooter. Last year, I reviewed the Turboant X7 and I was really impressed with the value offered at such a low price point. Now Turboant are back with a new and upgraded model that builds upon the regular X7, giving it better range and ride quality. After riding the X7 Pro for more than 80 kilometers and putting it through various tests and benchmarks, it is time for me to give my hands-on review and verdict on the X7 Pro as a whole. First, let's take a look at the main specs at a glance as stated by Turboant themselves. We have a top speed of 20 miles per hour powered by a 350 watt front wheel hub motor. It has a range of 30 miles per charge thanks to its 360 watt hours battery. The scooter weighs 33 pounds and has a max load capacity of 275 pounds. It features 3 riding modes, cruise control, and LED head and tail lights. I'll be going over speed and acceleration, range and battery, portability, suspension and ride quality, build quality and safety, and then I'll give you my final verdict as a whole. So let's jump into it. In terms of speed, the Pro version is quite similar to the regular X7. They both feature a 36 volt 350 watt motor at the front and both have a specified top speed of 20 miles per hour. For an electric scooter of this price, 20 miles per hour is excellent. Through my tests, I was only able to reach 19 miles per hour, but lighter riders should be able to reach the full 20. The X7 Pro does feel a little snappier than the vanilla model when it comes to acceleration. I did a few acceleration tests on a smooth and even surface, and I was able to go from 0 to 15 miles per hour in just 7.24 seconds, and I find this quite good considering a scooter of this price point. In terms of hill climbing capabilities, the X7 Pro couldn't quite keep up with the more expensive Apollo Lite that I tested it with, but it was still able to just pull through 15-degree inclines, which is pretty good. I did notice a bit of a performance drop-off as the battery level decreased, but this is expected and something that happens with pretty much all electric scooters. A nice feature is the option to limit the top speed in the P settings if you want to abide by certain local laws or if you simply want to get comfortable with the scooter before going full throttle. So overall, the speed is amongst the best in this price class and the acceleration feels responsive and swift. One of the biggest upgrades from the regular X7 to the new Pro model is a bigger battery. Whereas the X7 had a 230 watt hours battery, this one features a 360 watt hours battery, meaning you get a 65% increase in battery capacity. According to Turboant, you should be able to get a range of 20 to 30 miles per charge in perfect riding conditions. After doing a few range tests in real-life riding conditions, I found that I was able to get between 10 and 15 miles per charge depending on which speed mode I was going in. If I stayed in mode number 2, I was able to get around 15.2 miles per charge, while maxing out in mode 3 saw the range drop down to 9.9 miles. While this isn't nearly as much as Turboant states, it's still pretty good and a definite upgrade from the previous model. In fact, you'll have to look for a long time to find an electric scooter that's able to cover 15 miles in a real-life scenario at this price point. Although I was expecting a bit more range, I can't say that I'm disappointed. Lithium batteries are expensive and electric scooters in this price range rarely have a whole lot of range. In terms of range, and at this price point, the X7 Pro is definitely among the best out there. Now this is an area in which the Turboant X7 Pro really shines. It has a highly intuitive folding mechanism system that is easy to use but still feels sturdy. To fold it, you slide away the latch cover and push the latch down. Now this unlocks the stem. To lock the stem in a folded position, click the hatch at the stem into place at the rear fender. Now you can easily carry around the scooter without the stem swinging left and right. It should be said that the new external battery pack design does make it a little bit more difficult to hold when carrying, but it's not a big issue at all. The Turboant X7 Pro weighs 33 pounds, which is about 3 pounds more than the regular version. Now this increase is mainly due to the bigger battery and the larger tires. Still, 33 pounds is very lightweight for a scooter with these specs. The compact design and the light weight makes an ideal option for commuters who have to bring it into maybe an office space or on the bus or the train. And if you're heading out by car, it can easily fit into a trunk as well. All in all, the Turboant X7 Pro is highly portable and convenient to get around. While there are lighter models out there, they are either more expensive or have inferior specs. Overall, the X7 Pro gets an almost perfect score in terms of portability. Another notable upgrade that the X7 Pro has is bigger pneumatic tires. The vanilla model had 8.5-inch tires, while this one has 10-inch tires. The difference is really felt in terms of the ride quality. Air-filled tires like these will always be superior to solid ones as they help absorb shocks and road vibrations. I immediately felt the difference when stepping up on this one for the first time. So while there are no other suspension systems in place, I still feel that the ride quality is really solid, and especially if you are riding in urban environments. So while this isn't a crazy off-road capable beast, you could easily ride it over smooth trails or grass. Considering that the X7 Pro has a top speed of 20 miles per hour, the tires-only suspension feels sufficient. I'd say that if they ever do a faster version, they should probably fit a spring at the front, but given the limited top speed of this model, I don't think it's needed here. It should be said that air-filled tires may require a little more maintenance once in a while, but it greatly improves ride quality and smoothness. So make sure to check the air pressure every once in a while for optimal riding experience, and if you ever experience a flat, make sure to change the tire before riding again. Overall, the ride quality has greatly improved with the Pro model thanks to the bigger pneumatic tires. Having at least one form of suspension is crucial, and Turboant certainly stepped up the game on that one by increasing the tire size. So now we move on to what is arguably the most important aspect of any electric scooter, and that is the build quality and the safety features. Now, the regular X7 design was excellent and got a lot of positive feedback throughout the industry. So it's no surprise that the X7 Pro borrows most of its design from the previous version. Don't fix what already works well. The build feels extremely sturdy despite its elegant appearance, and the rugged deck ensures you will never lose your footing. The larger tires give additional ground clearance for the deck, and that is a very welcome addition in my opinion. So the max load capacity is at 275 pounds, which is excellent for a 33-pound scooter. Now there's no doubt in my mind that the actual build can withstand much more than that, but very likely the speed range and acceleration would suffer beyond that point. The LED display is clean and intuitive, and I love the thumb throttle. It puts less strain on your hand over time compared to other types of throttles. Personally, I would have liked to see slightly wider handlebars. It does feel a little bit narrow for me when I'm going full speed, but it's probably more a case of what I'm used to rather than an actual problem. The disc brake feels responsive and strong, and the braking distance is short. Having a foot brake at the rear will serve as a nice transition into the e-scooter space from some people, although personally I don't use it, however it's still added safety. The X7 Pro is geared with a high-mounted LED headlight and a red LED light at the rear fender. At both sides of the wheels, you'll find reflexes, which adds to your visibility and safety at night. Now, the headlight alone isn't enough to illuminate the road ahead of you, but it's still enough to ensure your visibility to oncoming traffic. All in all, the build quality is excellent. I'm really pleased with how strong the folding mechanism feels and how the build as a whole feels so sturdy. The only few caveats I have are the somewhat narrow handlebars and the fact that the general build is quite front heavy, which means when you lift it over a curb, the back of the scooter could potentially swing into your leg, but when you're aware of it, it's not really a problem. So that's the Turboant X7 Pro. It's a definite upgrade to the already good X7 model from last year. You get better ride quality due to the bigger tires and increased range thanks to the larger battery. Now, these two main additions make it a reliable and affordable choice for commuting. Despite having the same amount of motor power, the X7 Pro seems to accelerate faster and handle hills better. With only a slightly higher price tag, the X7 Pro is one of the best bang for your buck entry-level electric scooters on the market in 2020. Although I wasn't able to get 20 to 30 miles on a charge, 15 is still excellent at this price point, and I'm very pleased with the sturdy build overall. If you're considering this scooter and you want to support our channel, feel free to use our affiliate link in the description and the coupon code ERideHero for an exclusive $50 discount on the X7 Pro. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.